What's up, my dudes? Valkyrja. Today, with basically the delay, everyone's looking at it, the drought ahead of us, etc. I have been seeing very consistently lots and lots of opinions that have echoed my video from about a week ago now, that where I said the delay is going to expose the biggest flaw of Genshin Impact, and it's only a matter of time before even the most casual of players sees it. And sure enough, I have seen your guys' comments over and over about how you have zero motivation to play the game, etc. And how even the most casual of you are starting to see the issues with Genshin. This delay actually was a long time coming. Not the delay itself, but the in-game being exposed for what it is was a long time in the works, and it was only a matter of time before something happened to where it was going to be exposed for the world to see, and at a pretty bad time for Hoyoverse because Tower of Fantasy beta is out. There's also all the other games, and I wonder what happened to Blue Protocol. Like me and Final were talking about on the stream. I don't even remember what happened to Blue Protocol, but there is a bunch of Genshin clones out there chomping at the absolute bit to try to seize this opportunity, even though it is a tragedy what's happening over in Shanghai. I always have to put a disclaimer out, like it's not common sense that, you know, people dying bad, obviously very, very bad. But at the same time, whenever we look at the game state for what it is, it basically fully exposes everything wrong with Genshin. And that is just the absolute lack of an in-game. There is no in-game in Genshin. There never has been, and there probably never will be if they stay the course. And that's what I kind of knew the delay was going to do from the get-go. That's why I made that video about it, like I said, about a week ago. I made that video calling out that it's going to expose it to even the most casual players, but everyone that's hardcore, everyone that's been playing since day one, they've known about this. We've been complaining about this for 2 years. It's nothing new to us. We've been saying, hey, this is a big issue. You might want to fix it. We want to play your game, but you physically won't let us beyond 15 minutes a day. What gives? Honkai has all this stuff. And for those of you that are going to say, but Honkai has been out for 5 years or whatever it is, Honkai took 3 years to get in-game, then why didn't they learn from their mistakes? Why didn't they learn from it? It's the exact same company. Hey, that's got some potential. But it's the exact same company. Why did they not learn from their mistakes with Honkai? Why are they doing the exact same thing to Genshin, knowing that adding some sort of in-game, any sort of in-game, would increase player retention by tenfold? Like, why are they doing the exact same mistakes? It doesn't make sense. And unfortunately, that's how I can sum up a lot of the decisions I've seen from Hoyoverse over the year and a half now, is just doesn't make sense. They do a lot of stuff that I don't understand. It's why I stopped trying to predict them, because I don't know. I don't know what they're like. I have a very logical line of thought, and a lot of times they do stuff that just completely defies what I deem as logical, and I go, huh. That's basically it. Like, that's all there is to it. But yeah, I mean, this was a very long time coming. Hoyoverse, not the delay, not, you know, people dying. That's not what I mean, obviously. I mean the game state being exposed for what it is. So Hoyoverse is going to be left with one of two options, and whenever basically the lockdown lifts over in Shanghai, where they can either try to start introducing exciting new stuff that, you know, brings back the player base they're going to lose during this. One of them is going to be Sumeru, but if they don't change the end game, because once the veil is lifted, once the glass is shattered, you no longer can ignore it. It's something that's going to be very, very painfully obvious to you the more you play, and basically you're going to constantly pay attention to the lack of end game no matter what you're doing. So let's say Sumeru does come out. Let's say we all are excited for Sumeru. But whenever Sumeru finally drops, if there's no end game, you're going to play Sumeru for maybe a day or two and be like, okay, there's nothing to do again, I'm out. And that's the state of Genshin. That's the state of a lot of people. Even my friends are not coming back until they add something. They said that there's just no way that they could really come back to Genshin as it is, because it seems like Hoyoverse just does not care about the long-term player base and only wants to care about the short-term player base. Now, I know there's cultural differences in game design between, the West and China. China wants games that they can play really quickly, from the way my boy Final explained it to me. And the West wants games that, we can really sink our teeth into, etc., because they have much busier lifestyles than us. But at the same time, I hear that and I look at Honkai, and I know my friends, whenever they play Honkai, they sit down for good 3-4 hour sessions weekly. So, what's the biggest difference between the two is the fact that Honkai's been around for a while, and the fact that apparently Hoyoverse does not learn from the mistakes of its predecessor, which is shocking to me in a company that I deem as such high quality, because they do produce quality stuff. Honkai has tons of quality in it. For a company that I deem as such high quality, and also I have them on a higher standard than other gacha games, because they don't seem to really be worried about money too much, but mostly just good quality products, which Genshin is a good quality product. It just doesn't have an end game. If you consider Genshin a AAA game, like a AAA story-driven experience, then it's a fantastic game where you play it to the end, then you put it down and never touch it again. But that's not what a lot of people want to do. A lot of people want to, play it to the end of the story, then work on their units, get their units strong, etc. But you got to have a reason and purpose for getting your unit strong, because as of right now, there is no reason or purpose. Anyways, that's basically the video. Just wanted to go over it and how this was basically a long time coming, and go on a little bit of rant about the end game, because I love complaining about the end game, because it is probably the single most important thing that needs to be changed. Anyways, thank you guys for watching as always. This video is definitely a lot longer than I intended it to be. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.